Deputy Prime Minister of Malaysia and Minister of Women, Family and Community Development.
Because I think from Azizah perspective, you probably know one of our subsidiary better, is Salcom. Salcom anak, Azizah bapa. So I think we probably spend a bit of time just to explain to you who Azizah is. Alright, so size for a Malaysian company, and out of which we employ about 12,000 staff. So this is a big organization that we have that is proudly Malaysian. So just to give you a snapshot of who owns Axiata. So while we are a multinational company, we have operations all over the world, in ASEAN and South Asia. We are predominantly owned by...
A very quick introduction, boost who we are. Hopefully we don't have to introduce us too much anymore. We are the largest e-wallet in Malaysia. We have 4.1 million users as of today. 80,000 merchants around Malaysia where you can use Boost. And I think I want to say that it's actually proudly homegrown, right? So we have a very young, talented team that's actually built this from scratch, and we continue to invest and innovate in it, and hopefully do a lot more with it. For those who've never used it before, just very quickly what you can do with it. Obviously, there is a bill payment function, so you can pay obviously your Celcom bill, your Telecom Malaysia bill, all sorts of different bills. E-donation, which is something that I will show in a short while, a demonstration of it. But you can also do things like parking, right, which actually is one of our most popular functions. And this is actually good for student loans, for example. But we've also extended it to what we call, buy now, pay later, right, working with partners where you can buy perhaps furniture and then pay on a monthly installment basis. So one of the new features that we've introduced. But today we want to talk about what we've done as an organization to serve Malaysians. And I think what we've always aspired to do is to bring technology to serve the underserved, right? So financial inclusivity using technology, really kind of going beyond payments to really impact real lives, right? We actually have launched micro lending to some of these merchants, and we're actually very proud that we're going to try scaling up this business as well. But as I said before, this is a lot to do with the underserved communities, because banks are not very good at serving them. Other organizations are finding it quite difficult to serve them. So we're bringing technology, because technology that we have is actually very low cost in reaching these underserved communities. And of course, we work very closely with charitable organizations, with partners, some of them that I will name in a short while, to actually enhance our ability to what we call do good across all the communities that we serve. So doing good with Boost. Very simply, this is a way that we've digitized donations. And when I say digitized, what it means is it's actually very simple, right? Obviously very safe, very secure, but very simple, because it's just really on from your phone, right? And literally with a few taps, and hopefully we'll show a demonstration later this morning, you can make a donation. The other thing that we also wanted to do is, because a large part of our user base is actually the younger generation, and the younger generation all have so far, we think about 10% of those, about 380,000 or so, have actually made contributions through our platform. We want to take that 10%, probably 100%, so that everyone on our platform at some stage will make a donation to a charitable organization. So the journey so far, as I said, this was launched a year ago, actually the 22nd of May, a couple of days a year ago. This was largely experimentation, right? Because Boost as a wallet was launched a long time before that, but we wanted to experiment with donation. We wanted to see whether it's safe, it's secure, it's transparent. Boost is probably supporting. So where we are today, again, about 500,000 donors today. 500,000 ringgit collected since our humble beginnings. Like I said, about 10% of people who've donated. So if you do the math, it's only about 1 ringgit plus per donation. Now, if you go to traditional means of donating, no one can donate 1 ringgit plus. But when you think about it, actually, if I'm asking every one of us right now to donate 1 ringgit plus, we would be able to collect a lot of money in this room. It's just that before this, there was no technology to be able to do this cheaply, efficiently, right? And so we're now creating this way for you to kind of donate very, very simply. Let me now move on with how do you actually do it, right? And method number 2 is, and this is quite synonymous with Boost. There is something called the shake reward. Every time you use Boost, you'll get a shake reward. You can choose to keep the shake reward, but actually we also find that we have an option for you to donate that shake reward, right? And so we actually find that a lot of people do donate to the charity bodies here. The third one is actually in the app itself, and you'll scroll through later, that actually there are quite a number of different organizations that you can actually choose from. So, and you'll see those numbers, those names in a short while. So we have a lot of people that we work with. If you click on it, you'll see a large number of different charity bodies that we work with. So, and here they are. This is a long list of them, and several others as well, to kind of promote this across, right? To make it very convenient, very easy for us to collect wakaf, to collect zakat. So those are our religious institutions that we work with. I talked a little bit about this. To me, this was special because we really literally just did this in 5 days, right? So in 5 days, we went out to our consumers and we say, hey, look, there's been an earthquake, tsunami, a lot of victims, a lot of casualties, families being made homeless. Can we raise money? And in 5 days, we collected 184 million Indonesian rupiah. That's about 50,000. May not sound like a big amount of money, but when we rushed it to those families in need within 5 days of the crisis, they found it very, very worthwhile to kind of be receiving that. And we can only do this, of course, because Boost, many of you don't know, is also in Indonesia. We have a team in Indonesia, so we actually work with them very quickly to mobilize this. The journey continues for us, of course. You saw the journey before. Today, we want to welcome Yayasan Kebajikan Negara into the family. They are now the latest charity body within the Boost platform. So from today onwards, you can now make donations to Yayasan Kebajikan Negara, and we hope to be able to contribute quite a lot to your success and everything that you do. And then, of course, I will talk a little bit about it later, that now that we know that this is a platform for donating, I want to just share with you some of our plans on how we're reimagining the e-donation ecosystem, right? And now to describe this in a short while. So coming back to Yayasan Kebajikan Negara, if you go into our platform, you can make the donation. These are the 3 main projects that we're raising money for, right? One obviously is the project dialysis. I hear too many people are now falling victims to this, and so having a dialysis center, a home-based concept, if you like, is actually going to be very, very useful for those who are in need. Anjung Kasih, this is a temporary accommodation for, for family members who are accompanying people who are receiving treatment from a lot of government hospitals. Again, we're raising money for that through this platform. And then last one, Anjung Singgah YKN. This is a social intervention center to really kind of help the hopeless people, again, the people in need, the underserved members of our society. So if you go into our platform, when you make donation to YKN, these are this is where the money will be going to, very, very specifically. My last slide, I don't want to spend too long on PowerPoints here this morning, but my last slide is kind of how we're working with different bodies now, and we'll be launching this very soon, on reimagining donation. So one of the challenges with donation is sometimes along the system there is leakage, right? What do I mean by leakage, right? For a donor, when you give 1 ringgit, sometimes you know that actually that full 1 ringgit doesn't go to the person in need, because there are a lot of inefficiencies in the system when you give donation. So for instance, if you're giving a donation to someone who you want them to buy beras, right? Or you're trying to donate the beras himself, you ship the beras to the person in need. That's actually very inefficient, because single shipment of beras is not as efficient as when, say, Maidin or KK Mart or some of those big retailers ship beras, because when they ship rice in massive quantities, economies of scale.
Provide continuous education for children with Down syndrome. We also want to ensure that once they grow up, you can identify what talents that they have. At least they are able to work one day. Some of them are, gymnasts, gold medal winners. Some of them are models. Some of them are business owners, and so on. What do you want to be when you grow up? These children do have potential to be somebody. It's just that sometimes there's not enough opportunity being given to them. We are very glad and appreciate how this app can really works, and our vision, our dream is actually to have our kids everywhere, where it's needed.
Stop Southeast Asia, Malaysia being one of the leading Paralympic movers to fight for the rights of the disabled athletes, and so that's why we approached BOOS, and now we're doing this project called Tambaran Mas to reach out to the public contribution that come in to help us to achieve our objectives, like preparing the contingent, formal attire, to go for games, and also to, if necessary, to finance purchase of their accessories and whatever they need for the competition.
This home is special for only ladies. Basically, we focus on ladies who's not married. Basically, they have no children, they have no one to look after them. We think that elderly is just need to take care of them, to give them food. But actually, what they need is actually love, and they need attention. This organization, we actually wanted to make more bigger part on the education side. So if we have a bit better pace, more bigger pace, that we can teach more students, and also we can make elderly more comfortable. That's why we need to still do fundraising on that. Not only the energy and the support that we need, we also need fund to build up organization like this. I think BOOS is the one that's trying the best help us in the fund. Alhamdulillah, now we can use that money for a good purpose.
Earthquake victims last year is a very good example how we can use the facility to quickly mobilize our fund, or mobilize our facilities to provide that fund required. In such situations, the e-donation can help even more opportunities for Rakyat to donate and to do good with convenience, ease and security. Actually, wanting to donate, people often wonder how and where to send their contributions, and it takes a lot of energy sometimes to donate, right? And you have to do extra steps. But with ours, it takes less than 5 steps to do this. And you don't have to do searching, you don't have to walk anywhere else, you can do anytime using your fingertips to anytime and anywhere effectively. You wake up in the morning, you feel that I need to donate, maybe I've done something bad or I've done something wrong, you need seek forgiveness from God, you just press and you donate something. Or after my Tarawih, you feel that you are in a good spirit, you can press and you donate too. So it's very, very easy. What I think boosts an ideal e-donation platform is that it has consolidated more than 20 worthy causes and respected charities to allow Malaysians to support the one that's closest to their hearts. In fact, we're using digital. Our overhead is very low, as mentioned by Khairil, that every cent you donate actually goes right to the user, to the charity house. Boost regularly evaluates and forms partnership with reputable organizations so that this number will grow to give Malaysians more options in mobilizing their funds to support various initiatives in community building and development. Be it the Turtle Conservation, Reef Check Malaysia, Tabung Bersamamu, or Majlis Paralympic Malaysia, you will surely be moved to make a change and give back to the society via Boost cashless donation platform.
Puan-puan yang dirahmati sekalian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Saya dari pagi ni datang ni, saya tengok Axiata ni dua-dua CEO rambut putih ya. Itu memberikan satu gambaran yang menarik sekali. Have you noticed? Teman-teman, kita balik Ramadan ini hampir-hampir hujung Ramadan. Jadi saya ingat kita doakan agar kita mendapat Lailatul Qadar, insyaAllah. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a year since Boost was launched the e-donation feature on their platform. As we chart the path to become a developed country, establishing a caring society and culture is essential and paramount. In fact, the idea of a caring and developed society has been emphasized as a strategic pillar to achieve progress of the nation's social development objectives. I know firsthand that Malaysians are caring and generous in nature. I've witnessed this time and again. Maybe I can share with you that at one time when it was a great fall from being the Deputy Prime Minister's wife to being a prisoner's wife. and our neighbours. I don't really know them. You know how more socially responsible to help inculcate the habit of giving back and working towards a common good. Technology has revolutionized how we contribute back to society, to social care and welfare, serving as a conduit to connect NGOs and charities to the masses in this digital age. You're right, sometimes it's difficult, and sometimes too, we have to educate our public that, you know, for the homeless, sometimes it's, you have to give them also dignity. Not many choose to be like that.
There you have it. Welcome on board Yayasan Kebajikan Negara. Welcome to the family. And now I believe, Dato Seri, you will be guided to the... Wonderful, it's as easy as that. We'd like to take a quick photo. Hashtag do good with Bruce. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Today. Thank you very much, Hazri. Thank you to our VIPs. Ladies and gentlemen, could we all please rise as Yang Amat Berhormat Dato Seri Dr.
They don't even know where to write the 100 ringgit check to, and they don't know where to go to deposit that 100 ringgit check. But if you tell them that, hey, look, you know, why don't you just put aside 1 ringgit, 2 ringgit, 3 ringgits a month, right? And here's a list of 30 organizations. Hopefully some of them are something that you aspire to support. It becomes very easy, right? And so that's why what was surprising for us was, I don't know the total sum of money that we've collected so far. And again, it's very small because we haven't really